Hi, I am Rahul. Today I am going to show you how I drew this and I am going to answer a bunch of your questions. I did this drawing challenge quite a while back called 6 fan arts, and this was the first one I did in that series. So here's how I drew Neville Longbottom. I've already showed you how I draw my artwork and my whole drawing process. If you haven't, I have a video about it and you can find the link in the description. So let's begin answering your questions. The first question is by HMZ Arts. How did you become so good at art? Years of practice, drawing every day. Your age? I am 34 years old right now. When did you start drawing? I have been drawing since childhood, since before I can remember. I used to fill up sketchbooks upon sketchbooks, and in school I was known as the artist kid, and I used to answer what is your hobby by drawing. I never liked painting, but you could find me sketching away all the time. Then I kind of lost touch with my drawing for about 15 years. For 15 years all I drew was a bunch of sketches every year, about 5 to 10 sketches per year, and and about 3 years back I started this Instagram profile called SketchUp20, and I wanted to do something with my art and turn it into a career. Comics C official asks, why don't you try storytime animation on YouTube? Because I am a comic book artist and I use my time to create more comic books. Art Stuff 202 asks, can we make enough money through print, stickers and selling merchandise? Well, if that is the main priority of why you are doing art, well, of course you can make a lot of money in merchandise, but you have to market yourself like that. I can think of right now Pranitart who does that. She has a very successful, I don't know the back end of it, but I am guessing she sells a lot of merchandise and that's her main thing. But also she is taking a lot of client work on the other hand, so that kind of balances it out. It's always a good idea to have multiple income streams, because just in case one doesn't work out, you still have money from something else coming in. Wizard_like_stickers asks, can Jambalaya be in Spana bookstore Bangalore, and what's your biggest inspiration? Well, my book will not be in any bookstores because I have self-published it and I sell the books myself. So if you want a copy of my book, you can always buy it from my own website, and me and my wife handles the packing and shipping of it, and in this way the book will come directly from me to you, and I feel that makes it quite a bit special. My biggest inspiration of being an artist is Jake Parker. He is a creator of Inktober, if you don't know, and I love his drawing style, and I keep looking at his drawing and his thought process. I am actually listening to a podcast that he does called 3 Point Perspective. Do check it out if you are into art seriously. And my biggest motivation to do art is Kesh, because watching his videos kind of opened my eyes to the idea of being a full-time artist. Misfit.artist asks, your process of writing comics and coloring your illustrations and comic, how do you do it? Your process of selecting the color scheme. Well, how I do illustrations, I have a whole video about it. I have linked it in the description. And the process of writing comics and comic strip, it's quite a big question to answer in a Q&A. So I am actually currently putting together a workshop for the same, so keep a lookout for that. Krisha_Krizart asks, how do you find your art style? Well, finding your art style is not something that you actively do. The thing is, you have to start looking at art that you like, put together a list of artists that whose work you like, and start practicing similar work, and upon years and years of practice, your drawings will start evolving, and my art style is always changing. It's basically it's an unconscious decision of what you are drawing. Like, here's another thing: if you are told to draw from memory, if you are told to draw a car, the style that the thing that will come to your head and the way you will draw the car is what your art style is. It's as simple as that. So just keep practicing. Keshav_Sunny_Jam asks how to approach comic publishers. Well, I have self-published my comic, so I haven't approached any comic book publishers. But it's so that's a whole different world that I haven't explored. But I believe that if you are able to market yourself and you spend a lot of time building an audience, you will always find people interested in your work, and self-publishing is a better option according to me. Of course, if you approach publishers, well, a lot of publishers have a submission process on their websites. You can look up people who publish graphic novels if that's what you want to publish, and they have a submission process in place, and it obviously will take a long time to get something approved or even considered. But if you want to go that way, that's totally possible. Ayush_Infinite7 asks, what can be a source of income if not Patreon or AdSense or sponsorship as an indie artist? Well, Ayush, my primary source of income right now is doing commissions, and that's what pays my bills. But I want to slowly move towards my own comic books and children's books. So the thing for being successful in that is building your own audience, and that's what I am working hard towards doing. What is your definition of art? Well, according to me, art is something that a person creates which did not exist in the world before that, and it can be anything. It can be a story, it can be a poem, it can be a sculpture, it can be painting, anything, and that can be called art. Salt and Sambar asks, how do you balance work and personal life? Well, hi Samira. I wouldn't say my work and personal life is balanced. Right now, last year I had a big career shift. I quit my job as a 3D animator and decided to do art full time, and well, I am working really hard at it. I am working at building an audience, and it's taking most of my time. It's just me and my wife Kishori living in our home. So most of my time I am working on my stuff. It's only for the meals and the late nights that we get to spend time with each other. But my goal is to have a better work-life balance in the future. So let's see how that goes. It's_Insta_grapher asks, how do you reach more people for your illustrations and your products, and what is your business plan to make living as an illustrator in India? So to answer the first question, to reach more people, you have to just keep putting your work out there and shouting at the top of your voice what you are good at doing and what people can hire you for doing. And that's a very slow process, and it also depends on the skills that you have. So just keep putting yourself on social media, and having a website also helps. And create your portfolio and put it on your website and all places that people look for people to hire, and you'll be good to go. And yes, also keep building your mailing list. That is very important. That is something that you own, list of your customers, your previous customers and would-be customers. That's like you should be always building your mailing list. My business plan to make a living as an illustrator is for the time that people are not hiring me, working on my own projects, putting my own products out there. I have created my first comic book, and that has a huge response. If you want to check it out, it's available at my website, and things are getting better as we speak. So my business plan is creating an audience and making products that will add value to their life. Zamp_art_12 asks, How to publish comics on your own? Well, what I have done is I created an audience who is following me and who is interested in my work. Then I pitched the idea of my comic to them. I started pre-orders and I got a lot of people backing that up, and I made the comic book in the promised time and I got it shipped to them. And that's how you publish your own book. The whimsical pathologist asks, how much does it cost approximately to self-publish a comic? Well, I'm going to reveal all the numbers in an upcoming video, so keep a lookout for that. Well, if you are self-publishing a comic, the only cost to consider is the actual printing of the book and the packaging and shipping of the book. And if you are writing and illustrating yourself, you don't have to hire an artist because that will be the biggest cost involved. Artionic_PJs asks, after setting up with the skills at the craft, how is it to do a produce as a product? Well, I have it fixed in my head that instead of just doing projects, you need to think of it as a product, because doing products will be a greater learning experience from start to end instead of just working on projects or doing individual artworks. If you want to seriously level up your skills as an artist, you need to start thinking about products. When you do a product, you think about a lot of things like coming up with the idea of the product, how to execute it, how to get it made, how to market it, how to ship it. And by doing a product, what it means is doing a personal project that by the end of it you will have something physical to hold that you can sell, or a digital product that you can show people that this is what I have done in this year and this is the best example of what work I can do. And doing products, you will get a sense of accomplishment that no other client work can give you, because that is your idea, you own it completely, and you have put something in the world that did not exist before. If you have made a product, it is something that you can tell people that this is something that I have made, and you can link to it in your own website, or you can add it to your portfolio, and you can show the progress to people while you are making it, so that you can get more and more people interested in what you are doing. It can help you grow more on social media, and it will give you a purpose to do more art. And these products will define you and your skills as an artist, and it will attach some finished quality things to you as an artist. To give you an example, if you think of Aishwarya Vora, if you look at her work, you will think, oh, that is the person who did the Harry Potter based calendar. If you think of Woodle Doodle Designs, she does a lot of children's book, and you will think of her as a children's book artist. Hopefully you think of me as the guy who makes comic books. At least that's my goal for the near future, and you will be seeing me make more and more of these comic books. So yeah, direct your time to be making products. Alo.in asks, how do you decide price for your commissioned work? Well, when I did my first commissioned work, I made one character portrait for someone and I charged 2000 rupees for it, and kind of that was my starting. And over the last couple of years, I have been slowly increasing that price and getting more comfortable at charging more. And you can see what I charge currently on the commissions page on my website. My point is, when you start, you can start by charging a price which you think is fair for the amount of time and efforts that you have put in. And then as time goes by, as you are more comfortable with your skills, and depending on how many people are asking you for work, you can modify your prices. I would say even if you are starting out, don't go below rupees 1500 or something, because you need to be paid for what you are doing, but it's obviously up to you to set your prices. So that's it for today's Q&A session. These questions were asked by my followers on Instagram. I always like to keep the communication channels open, so if you have any questions, just DM me on Instagram, or just comment below on this video, and I will definitely answer your questions when I get time, and maybe your questions will even end up in my next Q&A video. So have a great day, stay safe, keep your family and yourself safe from this current pandemic, and until next time, bye bye.